Gregor, huge game against Ireland. A word on them and just the scale of the challenge that you face this weekend.
Yeah, look, they're a top side, and they have been for a number of years. Clearly favourites for this game, and looking to win 3 Six Nations in a row, which would be unprecedented. So, yeah, all credit to them. They've worked hard to be one of the top teams in the world, and they've kept that going over the last couple of years.
You've knocked over a lot of hoodoos in your time as Scotland coach, and this is maybe the last remaining one, but the records, it's been a long time since you've beaten them. Do you lean into that and that little bit of history can be made, or is it just another game, a fresh start, and this game will be what it will be?
I think you only lean into it once you've ended it. Honestly, I think it's not something that our players talk about. We talk about our recent experiences against Ireland and why we weren't able to play our best, or what they did, how it shaped us, and how we play now. A couple of those games we've had against Ireland, but I don't think maybe one player or 2 players have been here throughout the 7-8 years. It's more your recent experiences, and our most recent experiences are last week's game and the 2 training sessions we've had this week. That's what fills the minds of the players as we go into a game.
Some of the games have been close, some haven't, but the games you've got close to them, maybe not taking your chances or gifting them easy points has been your undoing. How important to keep all that out your game, the forced errors and the unforced ones?
Well, I think it would be nice if that was the case, but you're going to get times where you don't execute what you want to do, and sometimes you get away with that. Your defence tidies up, and the opposition don't score, but you've just got to adapt to what situation occurs, and you can't dwell on it. You've got to move on. But we get back to the reason why we play is to score more points than the opposition at the end of the day. I know I said that last week to Tom, but that's what it is. And if you deny the opposition opportunities to score, and even getting them creating less opportunities, then that's going to be easier. On the flip side, if you can create more opportunities and take more of them, then you've got more chance of getting those winning points.
How important to give this Murrayfield crowd something to latch on to early in the game? We saw in the tough moments, I remember Darcy, geeing the crowd up against Italy when things get a little tough. How big a role do they have to play this weekend to try and roll you on to victory?
Yeah, they've been great for us. I think the fact that they've come in their thousands and tens of thousands over the last few years gives us a boost. It definitely gives us energy. I don't know how many Irish fans will be here, whether they're saving up for Rome or Edinburgh or doing the double header. But a Six Nations atmosphere against a team that will bring the supporters, I think it's special. The game will make it even more special if there's end-to-end rugby, if there's opportunities, especially for us. But yeah, we know the crowd mean a lot to us. It's been a real positive having this will be our 6th home game in a row. Familiarity, starting well in a lot of those games too is helped.
Tom Jordan, Jack Dempsey, Rory Sutherland come in. What's the thinking there? What are you hoping they'll bring from the start?
Well, I think there are similarities in it with the 3 of them, which is a real energy that they bring. They're quick players. They are in good form. Jack obviously was getting back into full fitness, and he's now 3 weeks training with us. A game and a half, one with club and one at the weekend. So yeah, he's good to go. He's been a starter for us for the last few years. With Rory, I think Rory and Pierre have been competing really hard over the last few months for that starting jersey. I feel Rory has earned it. He brings a lot of speed, both in his kick chase, his defence, and ball carrying. And with Tom, was great to see him again play like he has done in the 15 jersey for us in November, like he's done in the 10 jersey for Glasgow for a few years now. And he just brought that off the bench at 12. 12 was probably his natural position, his position he played most of his rugby growing up. So yeah, I think all 3 deserve an opportunity to start.
Bringing Sam Skinner into the camp and then straight into the 23, what was the thinking behind going to him? You have a number of second rows already in there.
Yeah, well, we decided a week ago that, or 2 weeks ago, that Sam it wouldn't have been of benefit to him to come in and train. He has had issues with his knees, but his surgery has helped, and he's back to full fitness. I think he maybe played 5 games in a row. And when he wasn't going to be in consideration for the 23 last week, we allowed him to have a rest, freshened up, got engaged as well. So he came back into camp this week. Really positive. I think it was still a shock for him to get told on Monday night that he's going to be on the bench. But we knew we'd had an extra day recovery and extra day preparation. As Sam's experience, he's been in this situation before. His rugby knowledge, we knew we'd pick up pretty quickly on what we're trying to do with our game, and he has.
2 changes for Ireland. I've seen a lot of people maybe disappointed they won't see Ringrose go against Hugh Jones given the year that we were in, but O'Mahony coming into the starting 15 from not being selected for the England match as well.
Yeah, well Robbie Henshaw's obviously a very experienced player, quality player, so he starts, and O'Mahony has been a leader, captain, very experienced player, obviously someone really good in the line out. So yeah, they've got strength and depth when they can bring those 2 players into the team, and somebody Gary Ringrose misses out, who's been in very good form.
The perception in the Ireland press today, they said why Peter O'Mahony seemed to play some of his best rugby when he comes up against Scotland. And Simon Easterby said it was the way he can play on the edge, and how confrontational he can be. How you prepare for someone who brings that level of intensity and that attitude to this fixture?
Well, I don't think that it's exclusive to him. You see that with a number of their players. Like that's one reason they've been successful. That they contest a lot of breakdowns. They're very physical when they have the ball in contact. So it's a physical team, and we're ready for that battle. Look, another thing as well is that the line of the ball's gone for a tall number 6 on a very good line-out player. Ryan Baird has had that role. Tag Burns had that role. And this week, Peter O'Mahony's got that role, so we know there'll be a real challenge at line-out time as well.
There is a needle to this game, isn't there? There's a rivalry there, and how do you make sure that you meet that head on, but also that the heads can stay cool?
Yeah, I don't think there is. Well, if there is, it's just the same as any other game. I think teams want to build up something to provide extra motivation. So maybe it's more on the Irish side or the Irish media side that there's this rivalry or needle to give them extra motivation on why they want to win again. Obviously they've won this fixture a number of times, but no, yeah, we see this as a game. We respect Ireland a lot, admire what they've done over the last few years, but it doesn't stand out as a needle game for us.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.